What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Alter Ego. Welcome to the second episode of Masterclass. Today we're going to be covering shotguns, shovels, and knives. Let's get started. First, we're going to be going over hitboxes. Every enemy has a hitbox which is used to detect when they're hit. Every enemy has a different sized hitbox, and most enemies have hitboxes the same size as their model, but there are some enemies with hitboxes that are a little counterintuitive. Thumpers and snare fleas, for example, both have hitboxes on the front of their bodies, which means it's not a good idea to try to hit them from the back. The reason it's important to know hitboxes is because they tell you exactly where to aim when killing an enemy. Shovels, stop signs, and yield signs are conductive and all work the same way, with the only difference being their weight and sell value. Shovels can only be obtained through the item shop, whereas stop signs and yield signs are found indoors. Stop signs are most commonly found on assurance, and yield signs are most commonly found on offense. Shovels weigh 14 pounds, stop signs weigh 24, and yield signs weigh 42 pounds. Shovels have no selling value, whereas stop signs can be worth anywhere between 20 and 52, and yield signs can be worth anywhere between 18 and 36. All three of these items will deal 1 HP when hitting an enemy and 10 HP when hitting a player. Shovels make 3 different sounds that indicate what you have hit. The first sound is a whoosh, which means the shovel didn't hit anything. The second sound is a ding, which means the shovel hit a solid object. And the final sound is a crunch, which means you've hit an enemy. The shovel's hitbox is a capsule placed just to the left of the center of your screen. As long as the target's hitbox is touching this capsule when you swing, this will successfully hit them. This means you should always aim straight when swinging a shovel to maximize how far it swings. As most of you know, knives can only be obtained from killing a butler. Knives weigh 0 pounds, they'll always sell for 35 credits, and are conductive. Knives do the same amount of damage a shovel does, with the only difference being that it will always one-hit butlers. You can swing a knife as fast as you can click your mouse, but it will only do damage every 0.43 seconds. You may have heard that knives can hit faster for players who aren't host, but that has since been fixed and now does damage every 0.43 seconds for every player. If you swing at an enemy or player and see blood, that means the hit has successfully registered. If there is no blood, that means the hit did not register. The knife's hitbox is also a capsule placed in the same spot as the shovel's hitbox, but it is about half the size. Most of you know shotguns can only be obtained by killing a nutcracker. They weigh 16 pounds, will always sell for 60 credits, and are non-conductive. When you kill a nutcracker, it'll always drop its shotgun and 2 shotgun shells. The shotgun will always drop with the amount of ammo it had when the nutcracker was killed, so in order to get a fully loaded shotgun, you must kill the nutcracker right after it reloads its second bullet. When you pick up a shotgun, you'll notice some keybinds in the top right corner. The most important one to know is the safety feature. Be sure to always turn safety on when you pick up a shotgun, because if you don't, there's a chance it will misfire. Anytime you drop a shotgun without safety on, there's a 5% chance it will misfire. While safety is off, there is also a misfire timer that's always running in the background. This misfire timer can be anywhere between 28 and 50 seconds, and when that timer reaches 0, there is a 4% chance of it misfiring. This timer will continue to run over and over until safety is turned on, in which case it will pause the misfire timer. Being in orbit will also pause the misfire timer, but it can still misfire from dropping it. If you don't know how much ammunition is in a shotgun, there is a way to check. Shooting or reloading a shotgun with safety on should both produce a clicking sound. If these two sounds are the same, this means there are no bullets loaded. If these two sounds are different, this means there is 1 bullet loaded. And if there is no sound when reloading, this means the shotgun is fully loaded. Let me show you an example. In this clip, I'm going back and forth between shooting and reloading. Since I hear the same clicking sound, I know there are no bullets loaded. In this clip, I'm also going back and forth between shooting and reloading. And since the two sounds are different, I know there's 1 bullet loaded. And finally, in this clip, I'm going back and forth between shooting and reloading. but I don't hear any sounds when I reload, so I know the shotgun is fully loaded. When it comes to the shotgun hitbox, it splits into two categories: Players and entities. For players, the shotgun will hit anyone within a 30-degree angle extending 30 units out. If a player is within 15 units of the shot, this will insta-kill them. Any player within 23 units will be dealt 40 damage, and any player within 30 units will be dealt 20 damage. Please note that the blast is in the shape of a cone as shown on screen. For entities, the shotgun has a hitbox that looks like a capsule extending 15 units out and 10 units wide. Any enemies within 3.7 units will be dealt 5 damage, within 6 units will be dealt 3 damage, and any enemies within 15 units will be dealt 2 damage. This visual is to scale. In-game, the furthest a shotgun will hit an enemy is going to be right around where that nutcracker is, and if you want to maximize damage, you want to be about this close. Remember, the cone hitbox is only for players and the capsule hitbox is only for enemies. So if a player is standing here and an enemy is standing here, the player will get hit but the enemy won't. But if the enemy is standing here, both the player and the enemy will be hit. This does mean it's much easier for a nutcracker to shoot you than it is for you to shoot a nutcracker. You can shoot a shotgun through enemies and players, so if you had 3 or 4 enemies lined up, as long as they're all within its respected hitbox, it will hit every single one. You can also shoot a shotgun through rails and flooring. The only things you can't shoot a shotgun through are solid objects and shelves in the server room. This is something you want to keep in mind not only when shooting a shotgun, but also when facing off with a nutcracker. When it comes to actually playing with a shotgun in-game, you'll want to prioritize killing other nutcrackers to obtain more shotguns and more ammunition. Since nutcrackers have 5 HP, you'll want to get as close as possible to ensure you kill them in one blow. Brackens are also a good use for the shotgun since they can only spawn one time per moon, and make sure to keep safety on when you're not using the shotgun. There's currently a glitch with the shotgun that allows you to kill enemies without looking at them. If you'd like to learn more about that, join my Discord server. My Discord moderator, Nero, has created an entire category dedicated to Lethal Company information, which is where we will have details about moons, weapons, and AI. I also want to say a quick thank you to Dummy Dude and Addy for providing all the information in this video. And finally, if you haven't watched the first masterclass episode about AI nodes, go check that out.